Hello, I'm Panos Kotzathanasis, and this is Bad Accent Video Reviews. Today we're gonna talk about Pierce by Nelicia Low, a Singaporean film that is currently screening at the New York Asian Film Festival. It is Nelicia Low's debut feature, and one of the very interesting aspects of the movie is that the director is a former member of the Singaporean fencing team, which is considering that the basis of the story of the film is fencing works quite well for it, particularly in terms of the realistic presentation of the sport, which is on a very high level. For example, this is the first time I heard personally about the different kinds of fencing, and the protagonists in the film are dealing with saber fencing, as they call it. With the difference is that the cuts here are slashing and not piercing, as is the most common aspect of the sport. Okay, also there is an inspiration by a big tragedy that shook Taipei in 2014 when a young man stabbed multiple people in the subway. And while his parents immediately denounced him publicly, his younger brother stood by his side in denial of what happened. This is the second basis of the story of the film, let's say. Regarding the story, I will read from Marina Richter's review from Asian Movie Pulse, the written review. So Pierce opens with a scene of a child drowning in the river in front of his mother's eyes. As the woman repeatedly screams the boy's name in agony, we see an arm pulling his almost lifeless body out of the water. We are officially introduced to much younger versions of brother Zijie and Zihang through one traumatic experience that would mark their lives. Years flash forward, the younger brother Zijie is already a college student about to enter the official fencing team, and his older brother, a triple saber champion in Taiwan, serves time for killing an opponent with a broken blade during a competition match. Unlike his mother, Zijie can't wait to reunite with Zihang, whom he considers innocent, and no matter what he is told about the dark side of his brother's nature, he decides not to listen to it. When the news about Zihang's early release from the juvenile prison reaches him, Zijie is filled with joy. He starts seeing his brother in secrecy, careful their mother doesn't find out about it. To help him, he even commits theft to provide for his older brother's residency in Taipei, and in return, Zihang trains him in fencing, which results in an almost immediate improvement of the boy's technique and skills. He even gets selected to compete at the upcoming national championship. As expected, though, things do not go as well as the beginning of the film suggests. One of the most interesting aspects here is the hints the director includes throughout the movie that Zihang is actually a psychopath, and also the way the other two protagonists, Zijie and his mother, choose to react to this fact, let's say. Zijie, his mother, chooses to ignore, while Zijie tends to not believe. This is a very interesting psychological aspect of the movie, which actually carries the story from beginning until the end, essentially. Okay, from what we are seeing, for the most part, Zihang is rehabilitated, let's say. He seems to have completely changed, and he's no longer violent. He wishes to make amends with his family, and eventually, after the mother of the two brothers acknowledges that how Zijie feels for him, they even invite him in a family meeting with a man his mother is seeing. But okay, and this is again one of the most significant hints we get, since Zihang in that scene appears to be a perfect normal boy. He is very good with everything. He expresses his dreams, his feelings, his remorse for what happened. But at that point, a little kid that is present in the table starts crying non-stop without anyone realizing what is happening. I found this approach to Zihang's real mentality to be quite smart and very impactful. Later on, what exactly is happening with Zihang gets more evident, more eloquent, but the hints that are taking place before that are much smarter. They are smarter. So there are also a number of other elements here that add to the narrative, although I sometimes I felt that maybe they go a bit too much, but as a whole, they definitely make sense. For example, the mother, Aling, is a singer of retro songs, which in an approach that gives the film a slight noir essence as we watch her repeatedly all dressed up, singing in a I don't know, a club or something. And the songs, mostly American songs from the 60s, like Neil Sedaka and whatnot, add to this sense, which visually and audio-visually, let's say, is definitely one of on the plus side regarding the film. Her romance with the unsuspecting normal man, as the one who sees is also interesting because it allows for scenes like the one with the kid I just described, but in general, I thought that it could have been explored or implemented a bit differently. There is also another element where ZJ is eventually revealed to be gay and liking one of his fellow classmates who is also on the fencing team with him. This aspect also goes too far, but again, it helps considering that Zihang helps his little brother to acknowledge the fact and actually move on with the boy that he likes. So, okay, in terms of characterization, both these aspects work in order to analyze the characters more, but in the economy of the narrative, I felt that maybe they could have been handled a bit better. One of another very good aspect of the film is definitely the acting. The two brothers in particular are both exceptional. Yu Shufu as Zijie and Zhao Yuning as Zihang are both exceptional and highlight their differences and the way their behavior changes throughout the film in the best fashion. Their chemistry is exceptional and so is their acting. Ning Ding as their mother is also quite good in her overall demeanor is quite interesting. She appears, okay, when she's singing, she has this femme fatale essence, which is definitely not the truth, though, as we see her interactions with Uncle Zwang, the man she sings, is quite sensitive, vulnerable, and this duality of hers, because as a mother, she's also a bit different, a bit more strict and acknowledging what exactly is happening, and these three aspects of her character are all portrayed quite well in another excellent performance here. The audiovisual aspect of the film is also on a very high level. Michael Dimock's cinematography is exceptional throughout, with the reds that occasionally dominate the movie being rather impressive, definitely memorable, and the rotating table scenes being exceptionally shot. You will remember there are two of them, and both will definitely stay on the mind of any viewer. John F. Lyon's editing induces the film with a relatively fast pace that suits the style of the narrative, and also the way the revelations and the twists appear are ideal, the way they appear within the narrative. I felt that the whole thing, everything that we described, the acting, cinematography, editing, direction, finds its apogee in the second to last scene, where its brutality and its suddenness is as shocking as it is impressive. This is one of the best scenes I have seen all year, and it's really great. You really need to see it. You really need to see the film, if only for that scene, if not for all the rest that we described. The ending, on the other hand, I felt that the very finale, I felt that could be omitted, as it goes a bit towards spoon-feeding territory, and I felt that if this was left blank, it would help the film more. But it's okay. The director wanted to have a complete, to present a complete story to her audience, and in that regard, it also worked. So apart for a very few and very minor issues, Pierce is an exceptional movie, definitely one of the best we have seen in the year, with the combination of psychodrama, the realistic presentation of fencing, and very interesting story, which also includes crime and, in a way, punishment, and the family drama is exceptional. And I don't have anything else to say. You need to see this film. It is truly great. So thank you very much. This was Bad Accent Video Reviews. If you like these videos, please subscribe and like the video, and hope to see you soon again, probably tomorrow. Have a nice day. Bye.